Moving on to Saturday at Santa Anita, as I said, a very quirky course in its own right. But we have one grade 3 on Saturday, and one grade 3 on Sunday. So let's start with that Saturday. Grade 3 Daytona Stakes. We are going about 6.5 furlongs. That is not me ad-libbing. That is what is listed. And again, it is a very odd turn and track, kind of a back shoot, and then a little bit of a right turn all the way into a long left turn into the straight. But with that being said, we are going that about 6.5 furlongs for 3-year-olds and up for a purse of 100,000, and it is on the downhill turf. Raider Jim, your thoughts, grade 3 Daytona.
Yeah, eight entry field here. Good horses and some good values out there, with the exception of the favorite. And no reason this horse should not be the favorite. The 7 horse is Motorious. I think that's a Phil D'Amato horse, 6-5 already, and it's probably just going to get worse, folks. It's not going to get any better. So who are you going to put under Motorious? I like the 1 horse, Air Force Red, at 8-1. That's some good value. Took a show the last time out, has made some good money this year. Overall, has a pretty good winning percentage. I do, again, number 1, Air Force Red. Also like the 3-horse Goliad at 7-2, 3.5-1. The Hall of Famer on there, Mike Smith. And he's a local legend here at Del Mar or Santa Anita on the West Coast. So look for him to make things happen at 7-2. This horse already has career earnings of almost $1.8 million. Didn't have a good showing the last time out. Has only had 19 days off, but I think they're going to bring him back and he's going to be fine on Saturday. It should be a good race. And then the horse from France, Bran, at 9-2. Again, not bad value at all. Also a horse that has some good speed. I'm not too crazy about the 2 position, but it should be okay. And then the other horse that brings good value in the middle of the pack is the 5-horse, Stay Hot, at 6-1. I really like Stay Hot. So now we've got 5 horses. Who are you going to pick? I'm going to have to go with Motorious. The 7-horse is probably going to win it. It's going to be after that, Goliad and Air Force One, and I think that's going to be your top 3 in the money. Let's see, I had something here on my notes. Pace setters for this one. Pace setter. Goliad is going to be the one that probably comes out of the gate the fastest, has a tendency to do so, and then also will be followed by Lovesick Blues out of the 6th slot, and then 2-1, Bran and Air Force Red. Those are anything can happen after that, but watch Motorious. Motorious will lay back, start making a move down the back stretch, and then all hell will break loose as they come around that final turn.
Yeah, and the horse you talked about, that 5-horse Stay Hot, that horse will be waiting in the wings. That horse wants to be about 8 lengths off the lead when they get ready to turn for home. The way that horse runs. I pretty much see it the same way. I think, I mean, and obviously the odds makers do as well. Again, I handicap these races without morning lines, and I put here, hopefully, or in reference to Motorious, I put best here in this one. It is a season debut though, so do keep an eye on that. But I did say lucky to get even money, and as you mentioned, at 6-5, it's not going to get any higher than that. That West Coast connection with Motorious, Philip D'Amato, and Fresu, who has been so good, or at least was great at Del Mar. I'm sure he's having a great year at Santa Anita. Definitely the best here, but the value does leave a bit to be desired. And like you, I went and Goliad was the next one that jumped out. I really, really do like what this horse is capable of. And I also like what I saw out of this horse in the Shoemaker Mile. Look, it didn't run terribly well. It finished 8th at 10-1, though. Only 5 lengths off the lead, but we're talking about a grade 1 with probably the best turf horses on the West Coast, if not all of North America. So definitely dropping down in that class, not just in the graded side of it, but also in the opponents. I really do like Mike Smith aboard Goliad there. Bran is interesting. I'm intrigued. It is trending downward. This is one of the lightest raced horses I've ever seen. This horse has only raced 4 times since September of 2022. So and it has raced this year, so there is a method to this madness, but it has been trending in, kind of a downward trajectory. But when you've only raced 4 times in essentially 3 years, it's really hard for me to kind of say, like connect those data points. It's kind of just throwing stuff up against the wall. But John Sadler maybe seems a little more comfortable running this horse for a second time this year. We'll see if it does get to 3. The one horse that really does intrigue me probably the most is Air Force Red. I go back to 2 or 3 years ago, Art Collector, one of
Mhm.
the most inconsistent horses you will ever see. It will run a 115 and then it will throw you a 75. And yeah, that was very frustrating for me early on. And then I decided, hey, I know how to ride this wave. Let's just ride it. And Air Force Red, definitely not as dramatic, but I'm just going to go through the last 5 or last 6 races: 92, 83, 96, 88, 94, 88. So again, not a huge fluctuation, but we're seeing a definite live in the 90s, go to the low 80s, live in the 90s, go to the low 80s. And last was low 80s. So let's ride that wave at 8-1, 94 it is. So I really am intrigued by Air Force Red. And I do like the post position. The last one that I am going to talk about, and I didn't originally have it on my card because I didn't think the value was going to be there, but Lovesick Blues at 10-1. I don't know how we're at 10-1. This will be its 15th race just on the Santa Anita turf. And a lot of these horses have plenty of experience on the Santa Anita turf, but it's very interesting to see a horse that's ran the last 3 races this year, all at Santa Anita, pretty much on the same course: 92, 91, 91. We are stepping up in class, no doubt about it, but I really do think at 10-1, Lovesick Blues, ton of value there. Hopefully that holds. But again, just kind of looking at the morning line, like, oh, I didn't think you were going to make it on my card because I thought you would be near the top, but I like the value of Lovesick Blues in the grade 3 Daytona. Of course, that will be Saturday at Santa Anita.